Having both autism and ADHD is like being stuck in a never-ending game of tug-of-war with yourself, inside your brain. There's a stubborn, cranky rhino on one side that hasn't slept well in months. And on the other side, you've got a dog sledding team that hasn't gotten to run for weeks and is exploding with energy because they just downed a case of Red Bull. Yes, the energy is intense, but it's also pulling back and forth, with one side sometimes winning, but more often, both sides just collapsing in a tie. So today, we're breaking down 5 contradictions of AuDHD. Because why have just one neurotype when you can have 2 that constantly battle each other? Number 1, you interrupt others constantly, but really struggle with being interrupted. Having ADHD often means being impulsive, and it can be really obvious in conversations. You have something to say and must say it now, or it'll disappear into the void forever. And autism is sometimes the same, but perhaps for different reasons, like delayed processing and struggling to keep up and also to see the socially accepted entry points into the conversation. So you interrupt a lot. Not because you're rude, but because your brain is like, say it now or it's gone forever. And gone forever will really, really bother both sides of your brain, to the point of pain at times, like sharp jolts of electricity. And that sucks. But when it's flipped and someone else interrupts you, oh, absolute chaos. Brain shuts down. The entire train of thoughts derails. You were about to make the most insightful point ever, and now you're ready to just leave. Plus, how dare they interrupt? Don't they know that it's rude? Epic frustration, but also knowing you can't get upset. So now you need to mask that irritation. And so the cycle goes, in many exchanges, but particularly when you're dysregulated. Maybe from more stress than usual, or poor sleep, which is pretty usual for me and tons of other neurodivergent people too. And that's not even the biggest contradiction going on here. Number 2, you create many messes, then get annoyed by the mess. You don't mean to create chaos, it just happens. ADHD means you probably put things down in random places. Things like half-drunk glasses of water, notebooks or lists, half-finished projects, your pants that you're planning to wear today. Yep, you just set things down and kind of leave it there until suddenly your autistic brain kicks in and says, "What? This place is a freaking mess. Who did this? I can't find anything. Who even made this mess? Oh wait, you did. And now you're mad at yourself again." But that's not all. Oh, no. Autistic brain starts to fume, then gets overwhelmed. Everything must be clean right now. But where to start? The clutter suddenly seems to be pushing in from all sides. It's like you're suffocating from the mess, and you might even feel a shutdown or meltdown coming. If you manage to get through that and not completely derail your day, you might power through and clean. And it's amazing until it happens again and again. And every time you want to say it's clearly someone else who made the mess, but it's not. It's you and your autistic ADHD brain. And this also connects to the next one. But before that, if you want to keep track of your own AuDHD contradictions, we made a free tracker where you can jot down the ones you notice and see how they show up in different areas of your daily life. And add your own. Links in the description. Go get it. Number 3, you have an amazing memory for some things and absolutely terrible for others. You can remember super specific details from 15 years ago. The smells, what someone wore, that song that was playing, the exact phrasing of that particular argument from 2010. Oh, and your brain loves to replay things on repeat. Ruminating, oh boy, especially when you want to sleep. This is common for both autism and ADHD. But why does it seem like your brain's go-to memories are the especially frustrating memories, or the ones you wish would just go away? And in vivid 4K detail, at the exact moments you wouldn't want them to appear. It's not only experiences, you also remember facts or very, very specific details. And you could easily tell someone about them, except people never seem to ask about those things. But then things like where you parked your car in the lot. Not sure. What time is my appointment? No idea. Did I take my medicine this morning? And why did I walk into this room just now? Shy. But really, things that you should remember are often gone quickly, or what you were saying while talking can be lost mid-sentence, and often connects to periods of cognitive decline due to overwhelm or burnout. So this contradiction is just as confusing to you as to other people. How can you remember so much and also nothing at all? But that's because of your neurotype and the topic of a future video. Number 4, you dive into a new interest, then get upset about leaving something unfinished. Hyperfocus is amazing until it shifts without giving you much warning. 1 second, you're all in on a project, deep in research, convinced this is your life's passion. Then suddenly, ADHD yanks your attention to something new and you abandon the first project entirely. And then your autistic brain is furious because you left something unfinished, or 10 things, and it wants to get back to your real special interest. Why would you even dabble in other things when you already have a passion? Passion! We were supposed to complete this. We had a plan. But ADHD is already far gone, not even visible anymore, 6 interests ahead. What I've learned? I often cycle back eventually. The key is not to go too all in on my newest interest. Give them some time to see whether they'll stick around for a while before I invest too much time or money into them. And sometimes they stick. You know, one of my new interests a few years ago was learning how to educate through videos, but not boring videos. Ones that I would want to watch, that sometimes have chickens and sumac and sharks. And so, here we are. Number 5, you avoid change, but also crave it. Autistic brain often says, no changes, no surprises. We like things just the way they are. But ADHD? No, we're bored with that dessert. Let's go to the grocery store, even though it's midnight. Or maybe I'll just buy a ticket to Paris. I'm pretty sure the dessert was invented there. And by the way, ADHD brain is loud, really loud. It's like a screaming internal child, throwing fits because it loves being impulsive, spontaneous, exciting. So that's why I'm the person calling friends out of the blue and organizing an outing to the new restaurant, only to get really irritated at myself 5 minutes after I get there. I didn't actually want to leave the house. Why am I here? I don't even want to eat new food. I want the nachos from my favorite place, and only that. So I'm also the person who is now going to sit here and zone out while I process this tragedy of an evening. You want both stability and excitement, and it's chaos balancing the two. Having both autism and ADHD often means your brain is constantly battling itself. You crave structure, but also rebel against it. You want novelty, but also no change. You need stimulation, but also peace and quiet. And somehow, you're just supposed to function in the middle of all of that chaos. So what's your biggest AUDHD contradiction? Add it in the comments. And watch this video next for more on the autism-ADHD combo. What? Really? I'm trying to work here, but you're very handsome. Don't leave me, bruh. Buddy, I love you.